Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Talking Friars pregame show. Padres and the Guardians. 6:40 is the first pitch. Aaron Savali will be on the mound for the Guardians. Mike Clevenger for the Padres. Obviously, today is all about Fernando and his comments. Spoke to the media for the first time publicly since the suspension. I was on John and Jim on Extra 1360 giving some of my thoughts. I have a reaction video out with some of my thoughts on that. I think this was a very, very good step. Big first step. Well, maybe second or third because he had to apologize to teammates, talk with Seidler and Preller. So maybe like his fourth step. But it was a big step nonetheless to regaining the trust of fans, teammates, all that. Said all the right things, talking about how he let down people, he failed his country, failed his teammates, apologized to Preller, to Seidler, to fans. And, he didn't, what I liked is he didn't point any fingers at anyone but himself. He took accountability for it. I believe he said that he took the cream in July or something. It was either June or July. It was not from a Padre trainer. He was rehabbing here in San Diego, so he could have talked to a trainer. He ended up not doing so. He ends up testing positive in July. So he was playing those rehab games knowing that he probably was not going to be playing another game for the Padres in the major leagues this year. But he was appealing during that process. I still don't really understand why he chose to appeal because, as he said in his statement, he knew that it was his actions that caused this. So appealing there, all that did was delay the timeline for him to return next year. So I don't want to focus on that too much, but that is something I wanted to point out. Like, if you knew you weren't going to get through this appeal process, then why did you appeal anyway? Just get it done with. But other than that, I mean, I loved what he said, took accountability. Manny and Musgrove, their comments about Tatis, and they're saying that they're going to support him. That's not the same tone. Musgrove and Manny, they said they were going to support him, and I feel like they were going to say that anyway. But Musgrove was like, before Tatis talked to the clubhouse today, he was saying how, hey, this guy's got to be a man. Part of being a man is owning up to it, owning up to your mistakes. And that's what he did. And I think he gained all of, maybe not all, but a lot of his teammates' respect through those comments. So out of everything Tatis said today, obviously the big takeaway for me was his accountability. Just him coming out saying, I'm sorry, there's no one else to blame. It's me. And he's having the shoulder surgery, so that's another step, right, to gaining fans' trust, Preller's trust, people's trust. The Padres wanted him to get that shoulder surgery, I believe, last offseason. He chose not to. Now he's going to be out for like 8 months before he can return. So getting the shoulder surgery, that left shoulder, to stabilize that shoulder more, and probably, I think it's what happens. It prevents his shoulder from subluxating, or I don't know if it prevents it from subluxating, but it prevents the subluxations from being as often or as worse or as bad as they were previously, last year when he had to be out for all that time. So he's earning trust by that, and I think that will keep him healthier, or at least it'll allow him to stay on the field more come 2023, and that's what matters right now. Like, I'm still disappointed that he's not going to be here in 2022, and he said that. He let his teammates down this year and all that, but going forward, I'm still going to embrace him. Will I wear his jersey in the future? I probably will, but I'm not going to wear it this year. I have a Chronoworth on right now. I'm not going to wear it this year because the damage that he did pertains to this year. I'm going to forgive him going forward because he is being upfront. He is taking the steps to shoulder surgery, being accountable, apologizing to teammates. He's doing all the stuff that he needs to gain people's trust back and for fans and others to forgive him. I'm not – I went black there for a second. I'm not saying that everyone in the chat here, people watching this, I'm not saying that fans that, wore his jersey but put all the duct tape on it and all that and put Soto on it. I'm not saying you have to forgive him. Some people will always forget this. or excuse me, they will always remember it. They won't forget it, is what I was trying to say. And I won't forget it either. Trust me, I'm not going to forget it. But I think it's important to forgive people when it's actually like they mean it, like it's actually genuine. That's when I like forgiving people. If it's not genuine, then no, I don't believe that they should be forgiven. But Tatis almost cried in that opening statement, and he wasn't reading from a piece of paper or anything. It was genuine from the heart, and yeah, I'm gonna forgive him going forward. This year, he's still damaged this year and their team's chances of winning a World Series this year. But he's taking accountability for that, and I can respect him for that. So that's my thoughts on Tatis. Any other thoughts here? Christopher says, over time, once we see him doing well again, of course, we will cheer and love him. I agree. We're going to cheer for him when he hits a home run. Aaron Judge just hit his 48th home run of the year, by the way. Holy cow, that guy's on a tear. Christopher also says, although probably expect him to be heckled at opposing stadiums, he definitely will be, no doubt. They heckle him, they boo Manny all the time, and he didn't do anything to the Dodger fans. Okay, he struck out against Chris Sale, who, that was a nasty pitch. Like, they're going to boo the Padres players. Like Jake Cronenworth, Joe Musgrove, they've done nothing to the Dodger fans, and they booed him during the All-Star Game introductions at Dodger Stadium, It's going to happen. It's going to happen all over the place. But Padres fans, I think most of them will forgive him in the future, and they're going to cheer him on because they want the Padres to do well in 2023 and beyond. And this guy's a very, very talented player that I think can still help this team win a World Series in 2023 and beyond. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Christopher says, I'm glad he's getting that shoulder surgery out of the way, too. I agree. I thought he should have gotten it. Team recommended it in the best. I think it was for the best of the team and for him, to be honest. Look, I'm not in this position, and I'm sure surgery is a very scary thing to do for your shoulder. And when you have to do so much with that shoulder, I'm sure he was scared. But you know what? When you make this mistake like this, part of the trust, earning that trust back is doing something the team wanted you to do, and making up for that. You're missing all this time anyway, so yeah, I think it's a team decision. It's his personal decision, but I think he's thinking of the team here, and I love that. As for today, my Padre pick for today is Josh Bell. I think he's going to get back. I think he's going to continue being hot like he has been. 2 home runs in his last 2 games. I think he's found his swing. He's a switch hitter, so it's not going to matter who's on the mound. So I'm going to go with Josh. He's hitting 5th today, so it's Profar leading off, Soto, Manny, Drury, Bell. Cronenworth, he's back at second base, hitting 6th. Kim is at shortstop. Grisham's in center. Nola's catching and batting 9th. So that's the lineup. Aaron Savali, he does not have as great of an ERA as Mike Clevenger. By the way, Hedges is in the lineup for the Guardians tonight. He's making his Padres return. He jokingly said on the Chris Rose Rotation podcast the other day that he thinks that he's going to get some ovations here at Petco. He wants to tip his cap. I think he's joking. I'm pretty sure he was joking. I'm not saying he should get booed, but he didn't help the Padres win very much. Struck out a ton when he was with the Padres. And the guy that's helping the team win right now is Mike Clevenger, not Hedges. And so I think, it's cool that Clevenger gets to face his former team. Hedges gets to face his former team. I don't have anything personal against Hedges. I just wish he would have played better with the Padres, to be honest. Sorry, I went black real quick. I had to look at the lineup again. So Josh Naylor is batting 4th, I believe, for the Guardians. He's in the lineup as well. I think he was more of a fan favorite than Austin Hedges was. I think he produced a little more than Austin Hedges did. So maybe you hear a louder clap for him. Sure, there's some fans that are clap for Hedges, but I don't think he's going to get a standing ovation at all. I don't think Naylor is probably going to get a standing ovation. It's nothing personal against those guys. I feel like Voit, I stood for Voit. I think he connected himself to the fans, or fans loved him more than Naylor. Like, Naylor didn't do anything. I'm going to clap for Naylor when he comes up. I'm not going to clap for Hedges when he comes up, but again, it's nothing personal. I just like Naylor more than I do Hedges, just being honest. But a lot of returns to San Diego. Franmil, that was pretty anticipated that he was going to return to San Diego today, and he would definitely get a standing ovation. But he got DFA'd by the Guardians. It's now he's playing with the Cubs. So he's not going to be at Petco Park this year. We're going to have to wait till next year, if he is with the Cubs next year, to give him a standing ovation when he returns. And it kind of sucks. When you think about it, Preller traded Franmil essentially for Austin Nola, Dan Altavilla, and Austin Adams. And oh, by the way, he traded Ty France and Andres Munoz for him too, because they just flipped Trammell for Nola in that Nola deal. Like, they didn't acquire Trammell to really play him at all. He played there for like 2 months in the minor leagues. They didn't give him a big chance to do anything. So they traded a guy that was loved in the clubhouse, a guy that was probably going to be the DH in 2020. I know they didn't know those rules, but I think he could have improved his fielding a little bit. They traded that for a guy that hasn't, one guy that's on the IL right now, one guy that I don't even think is on the team, Dan Altavilla, and another guy in Austin Nola that, I mean, he's the starting catcher, but is he better than, maybe he's a little better than Hedges, I'll give him that. He's a better hitter, but, oh man. And ambulance is going by right now, so apologize for that. But is Nola, like, by far better than Hedges? I don't know. He's a contact guy. He can't throw anyone out on the base pass. I mean, he's thrown a few out probably this year, but he's just, it feels like he's slow throwing to second, or at least his throw is. So it's, I wish Franmil was here. I'll say, I wish Ty France was here. I wish a lot of other people were here, to be honest. But like AJ said, I liked what AJ said too. He said Padre fans every once in a while will hold me accountable and say that I've made mistakes. And he said that we've all made mistakes. I made mistakes as a GM for this team. But it's what you do going forward. And that's what Tatis is doing right now. It's what he does, his actions going forward. It's not about his words. It's about his actions going forward. But one of the actions that he did today was, give a heartfelt apology, and was genuine with it, I thought. He apologized to his teammates, talked to his team today, talked with Seidler over the weekend. He's already talked with AJ. They did that last Thursday, so he's taken the right steps to gain some trust, having the shoulder surgery ASAP, according to Kevin Acee. So he's doing the right things that he needed to do to start gaining trust. So I think it's a positive day for the Padres, and hopefully they can go out and get this win today. And Clev can go get this win against his former team, to be honest. Yeah, good point here by Christopher. I think Hedges was more remembered for his walk-up song. Yeah. Remember they had that, was it the trumpet or the trombone section in the upper deck in left field? That went on for like a month, and then that died down. The sax section, the saxophone section or something. Let's see. Marco says we shouldn't have given all those players to the Guardians for Cleb. That wasn't a good deal at all. Say what you want about Cleb, but the guy will never be the same after second Tommy John. I mean, I guess it's easy to say that because the Padres haven't won a World Series in 2020. His arm, didn't work in the postseason, right? Couldn't throw a breaking ball, so he had to exit early in that NLDS. But I don't think it's over. And obviously it's not over to determine if that Clevenger deal was a success. What if he stays healthy the rest of this year and he dominates in the postseason? He's been good, really good at some points this season. So I'm not ready to give up on that deal. But you can have your own opinion. You can have your own opinion, And you say the worst part is Clev's not going to be a Padre next year. We don't know that. Maybe they'll go after Clev hard and just say, no, Mania, go to free agency, go somewhere else. If Clev can truly prove that he's healthy and can impact his team the rest of the year, who knows what the Padres decide to do. Maybe they do go all in on him and bring him back. I don't know. And yeah, we did give up a lot for Clevenger, but saying that, I just don't agree I think it's too early to say, okay, it hasn't worked. It was a bad deal. Like, his contract's not up yet this year. And the Padres can still be a contender. He can still help this Padres team win this year. So until this year's over, and let's say they don't re-sign him, okay, then we can have that discussion. But I think it's still too early to have that discussion right now, to be honest. All right, that's going to do it. Talking Friars pregame show, Padres Guardians, 6:40 is the first pitch. Hopefully the Padres can get on a, well, they're already on a winning streak. They've won 2 in a row. Hopefully they can extend that winning streak to 3 games. And hopefully you enjoy the game tonight. If you're at the ball game, hopefully you enjoy this atmosphere. I'll see you later. Ben Fadden signing off. Go Padres. Keep the faith. Again, with this Tatis stuff, I think it was a positive step in the right direction. All right. See ya.